Right. Good morning, Tolu. How are you?
Good morning. Very well, thank you.
Good, good, good. I've gone through your PowerPoint presentation, and just a quick one before we talk about the job description issue. I have just few questions to ask you on your PowerPoint presentation. Due to constraint, we cannot go through all of time constraint. We cannot go through all of them right now, but I will attempt to ask you some few questions on your presentation. Is that okay?
That's fine.
Good. Yeah. Um, One of the most important aspect of your presentation, you talk about connecting with customers
Yeah.
and stakeholder engagement, driving for growth, and embracing technology and innovation. Of course, the last aspect of you talking about driving performance and efficiency. Now,
Yes.
could you please give me an example of such, whereby you're connecting with customers in a customer relation domain, management domain?
Um, Thank you for the question. I've used data to understand the customers we have through the customer demographics, using analysis to check on the satisfactory level of our customers if we if the organization as a whole is is showing great performance in terms of the security, the data security, and also checking that the data quality of the customer domain is not corrupted. There's a security policy that that the organization reviews time to time to ensure security control, and um, there are no risks to regulatory compliance in terms of the customer um, details or sensitive documents that the organization holds.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you so much for that's a very good attempt, which is really not too bad. But I want you to understand that this question is about connecting with customers, connecting. This is connecting. It's not how customers' data are being dealt with properly. This is connecting.
Okay.
So if you see the content of this about connecting,
Okay.
so that is what is in context. So in your company, was it e-commerce company or physical? Okay, now let me.
E-commerce, e-commerce,
Okay, now if it is
because
e-commerce,
Equifax.
what you should have done? Probably say is that as a customer relation manager or support manager for an e-commerce company where I worked before,
Okay.
my role involves building and maintaining strong relationship with customers. That shows connectivity.
Okay.
Because you're doing this presentation, it has to be seen you connecting them. So building and maintaining strong relationship with
Okay.
customers to enhance our customer and company experience and insight. Okay. So
Okay.
what do you do? How do you ensure that you say by responding promptly to queries, to customer queries,
Okay.
addressing their concerns, and proactively seeking feedback to improve our service? Simple. You you don't go to all those data yet because it's
Okay.
talking about data and connecting.
Connecting.
Most of these questions the answer to most questions are in the question. So in context.
Okay.
So when you're doing your presentation, make sure you talk about building and maintaining relationship, not just building relationship. You have to maintain that strong relationship,
Okay.
retaining our relationship with customers to ensure very good insight, customers and clients, or clients and company relationship or experience.
Okay.
So how this we do by responding,
To queries.
by responding promptly to queries, just a queries, addressing their concerns, and also proactively seeking feedback to improve our services. Is that okay?
Sure.
Get that in seriously, okay? In doing that, what are the challenges you may have faced? So what are the challenges you may have faced? Let me quickly, because we're working with time,
Yeah.
okay? One of the challenges in connecting with customers effectively is the sheer volume of queries.
Okay.
We have a lot of queries coming in, sheer
Okay.
volumes of query. You know, if try to use words that are so precise and concise and straight to the, sheer volumes of queries, and feedback received through various channels, okay? Such
Okay.
as phone calls, social
Email.
media, then also managing these inflows of communication while ensuring timely response and personalized interaction can be very overwhelming. So talking about query, talking about the sheer volume of query, the feedback, and also the time to make sure we meet up with the response and personalized interaction. It could be very challenging. It could be very overwhelming. You see what I'm saying?
Yes.
Connecting with customers is very important.
Yes.
Okay? Please
Yes.
take note of that. Very, very important.
Okay.
And then what are the solutions to that? To address this challenge,
Promptly.
I implemented customer relationship management, a CRM system. So I was saying, my previous
Okay.
company, I actually implemented, you don't talk from academic aspects, talk from experience domain. I mean,
Okay.
from my experience. So I implemented, a customer relationship management system to streamline communication,
Okay.
and track customers' interaction. The reason why you implemented the CRM is to streamline, communication, track
Communication.
customer relations, track customer interactions. So what you do, you also establish clear guidelines for response times and train customer services representatives to handle queries efficiently and cautiously. So implementing automated response for common queries and using chatbots, maybe like bots, So, oh, hello, I'm here. How can I help you? For initial contact, we help manage the workload. Okay. And in the chatbot, when something
Yes.
pop up, they say, oh,
The
my name
pop-up
is
chatbot.
James. You use that for initial something. When it's beyond that, it's oh, okay, I'll refer you to, I'll come back to you. You understand? So these are the things you could do to, initiate contact, can help manage the workload and also provide, customers with immediate assistance. Regularly monitoring customers' feedback and sentiments analysis allows you as a manager to identify trends and areas for improvement, enabling you to do what? To tailor your approach to better meet customers' needs. You regularly do what? I monitor feedback and over their segment, and then you analyze the same. And also it helps you to look at trends and areas to improve, for better customer insight. Okay. You use different languages.
Is this system on Excel? This customer relationship manager?
Most systems are using
I don't know Excel.
no, you still don't know it. That's not a problem. I can always train you on. So when you're ready for this thing, okay. So that being said, you must understand that when you regularly monitor customer feedback and sentiment, it allows you, you analyze it and also allows you to identify trends and areas of improvement. So what happened? Achievements. So what will happen? Yeah, you know what happened when you have done that within the CRM domain you use. You can easily say, through this effective, customer, you call it effective because you have to be the one. Effectiveness by measure, it is subjective by individual, but you are the one who implemented it and initiated it. So through this effective customer engagement strategy, because you know the meaning of strategy, have you heard the word strategy?
Oh, yes.
What does it mean?
Plan.
Yeah, long-term plan.
Long-term plan.
Yeah, I'll put that word long-term plan in it. Okay, because short-term plans called tactics. So this strategy, you improve. You can say, I improved customer satisfaction and loyalty. Don't talk too much. You can also lead into increased repeat purchases and positive word of mouth referrals like people. So don't talk too much. But to me, if somebody like me, if you look for my trouble, I will just say that also the implementation of CRM tools, and automated solutions, streamline communication processes, reducing response times, and improving efficiency by actively listening to customer feedback, and making continuous improvements, based on their input. Sometimes, most of the thing you will say you have already said that when you see the solution to the challenges, it becomes part of the achievement. Okay. You enhance the overall customer experience and strengthen the company's reputation as a customer-centric organization. Customer-centered. That's what I
Yes.
say, customer-centric.
Yes.
Okay?
Yes.
Is that okay?
Yeah. Yes.
Okay. Now let's go straight to stakeholder engagement. You know the meaning of stakeholder?
Yes.
So what's the meaning of stakeholder?
The employees, even the customers are stakeholders, and then the bosses.
Yeah, so what is stakeholder by definition?
Stakeholder is anyone that has good interest in the
That's it.
organization.
Anyone, don't just put good interest, just anyone that is interested
Interested
in your business.
in the business.
Okay.
Okay.
Some people can be interested in your business, but not good. It will be bad. So,
Okay.
so always think about it as okay. So stakeholder engagement, during your CRM, platform. So I'm just going straight because of time constraint. We have so many questions to ask within the shortest space of time.
Okay.
You could say, as a stakeholder and engagement manager, for this organization, my role involves fostering relationship with employee, community partner. You just name all the stakeholders who are interested, and other stakeholders that garner support for your organizational mission or corporate goals. But one of the challenges I face is maintaining meaningful connections with diverse stakeholders, meaningful connection. For example, you're talking about data owner, for example, to identify whatever. So you can give an example if you want to. So meaningful connection with diverse stakeholders who may have very, very interest from what you are bringing in. They may have different interests. They may have different priorities. and also have levels of engagement with the organization. Okay. So additionally, balancing the needs and expectations of different stakeholder groups while staying aligned with organizational goals can be a very complex phenomenon. Each stakeholder could have their personal interest, but for you to balance it with with the needs and expectations of the goal of the company itself could be very complex. Do you understand that?
Yes.
So you talk about that in your stakeholder. So what do you think you can do to mitigate against such complexity of diverse stakeholders' interests? What you just to do is to address this challenge, I developed tailored communication. Always remember, this seems to be a brownfield you're speaking from. Okay, I developed tailored communication strategies for each stakeholder group, considering their preferences and interests. These involve hosting appreciation events, just appreciating them and their interests, providing regular update to the stakeholders, and collaborate with the community stakeholders or partners, or have a joint on joint initiatives if some groups are having the same. So implementing a stakeholder engagement plan with clear objectives, milestones, and also performance indicators of helps track progress. Okay? Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And measure the effectiveness of engagement, efforts. You have to measure how you go to engage with them. And there must be metrics for that. Additionally, you can also say soliciting feedback from stakeholders through surveys. Can carry out a survey to know whether we are doing well. Focus group or one-on-one meeting allows you to understand their needs and concerns better, fostering trust and transparency. Use the language and in the journalism tailored it comes said, and also the words appropriately that fit in what your explanation is. Okay. So when you do that, what will be the achievement? Okay. You were able to enhance the stakeholder connection with the organization mission, foster sense of ownership and investment in its success. You're able to implement a targeted communication strategy and engagement initiatives, which increase stakeholder satisfaction and involvement. There are a lot you can even talk about. You can even go as far as this led to higher level of support and collaboration together. You work together. Okay. And don't forget that whatever you do, you need to seek feedback. Okay. Through regular feedback mechanism you put in place, you demonstrated a commitment. I demonstrated a commitment to listening to stakeholder input, because you want to hear from them, input and incorporating their feedback into decision-making process, ultimately driving, positive outcomes, but because that's what's expected for the organization and the stakeholders alike. Is that okay?
Yeah.
Remember that. Okay. What about gearing for growth? Okay, that is number 3, isn't it? Is it number 3?
3.
Okay. Now, as a business as a business manager, or you understand, you can, okay, my role involves identifying opportunities for expansion and implementing strategy to scale the business up. This is growth.
Yes.
To scale. You understand?
Yes.
Use language that is okay. So one of the challenges I met is that it's navigating complexities of expansion. More or less, we experience scalability or migration, for example. Okay, including market research, product, development, talent acquisition, so that you can have more people with your human capacity, with experience, those who have experience, knowledge, skills for this migration or for this growth. It's like we're talking about human capacity. Those who also have both mentally and physically capability to move things forward, having the same belief, we call it ethics of
Foresight.
okay, talking about the goal of migration. If not, you will have to train them anyway. So that's why I'm trying to let you know it can come in different way. So additionally, maintaining agility and adaptability to in a rapid evolving market landscape. You're talking about growth.
Yes.
Present challenges in decision making and resources allocation, because you have to allocate resources. In most cases, in inbound or input during operation, what are the three main resources that are necessary for such? We have PMM. Always remember, PMM. P means people, money, material. We have so many of them, but these three are very key in input of operation. So if you have growth, enabling environment to flow, we need this three input. That is where the resources. You get to assign these resources. How you will learn how to integrate them together to flow, so that by doing that, you have to also be adaptable for this change as well. So it's very important. It could be very complex when you have, and because the expansion could be, because the expansion require rapid to meet up the rapid evolving landscape, market landscape. You need people who have agile, ability to move things forward, and that require you really know how to get your resources allocation to meet up that agility or rapidly evolving market, landscape. So what about the solutions to that? To address the solution, I conducted thorough market analysis, okay, to identify on-tap opportunities that are available and also assess potential risk.
Okay.
Collaborating with cross-functional teams or head or departments, you were able to develop a growth. You see, always come out with what you have done, a growth strategy that aligns with the company visions and goals. So in this question, you're able to talk about collaboration, which is communication, sound one. You identify potential risk, you carry out analysis, and then you were able to align what you have found to meet up with the corporate goals and objectives of the company. So this actually may involve expanding into new geographical market, okay, diversifying product offerings, or targeting new customers. Don't just talk too much. Just do what you need to do. You can also go, say, I implemented agile project management methodologies. That's when you want to go hard. because I'm an agile coach.
Don't let me go higher. Don't let me go high, sir.
Sorry?
Don't let me go high.
So that's
Let
what
me just maintain my level.
level, yeah, because I'm speaking because I'm an agile coach. I'm a Scrum Master as well, so certified, a professional Scrum Master. It's not just a Scrum Master or something. So, because it's an agile, if you want to rapidly talk about growth in a rapid environment, you need agility. So you need the methodology of agile and implementing such agile project methodologies and fostering a culture of innovation and experimentation enable the organization to adapt, quickly to, changing market, dynamics and capitalize on emerging trends. However, forging strategic partnership and alliance with industry leaders can also provide access to new resources, expertise, and market accelerating growth initiatives. But if the domain you want to talk about hasn't got a high complexity of data, then just lower it that way. Okay. What could be your achievement? When you implemented this robust strategy, and for you also, and also you're able to foster a culture for innovation, for the growth. There's expansion. You were able to achieve sustainable growth in a competitive environment, or you can also say in a competitiveness in the market. So, because if I have to go deep, I will go deep on that.
Don't go.
Okay. So let's talk about embrace technology and innovation. Of course, within this sector, my role involves leading the organization technology strategy. Always put strategy in it because you are leading
Everything.
and driving innovation to stay ahead of the competitive landscape or market or environment.
Yeah.
Okay. One of the challenges is embracing technology and innovation is overcoming resistance to change. When there's new technology, people want to resist it. Remember that. Okay. And the legacy system within the organization. So additionally, identifying and implementing emerging technology that align with business objectives while managing risk and ensuring compliance can be very complex. You understand what I'm saying? When there's new technology, you're going to be talking about your policy, you're going to be talking about especially in personal protection policies, how they can align with the complexity of the new technology and all that. So you can address so many issues of this complexity by saying, well, you develop a technology roadmap that aligns with original goals, business goals, and objectives. This you do by conducting regular technology assessment to identify areas for potential improvement and evaluating emerging trends and innovation that may follow as well. Is that okay?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm moving very fast.
No problem.
Okay. Excuse me.
Sorry.
You see, this is very important, driving performance and efficiency. Is that the last one?
Yes.
Good.
The mistake I did in the PowerPoint, I wrote 4 strategies. Meanwhile, it's 5. I added one and I forgot to put it at the heading.
Don't worry, that's not a mistake. It's even good better. That shows that well, human being, we're subject to errors. Like if you know everything, then you are not.
I'll mention it maybe while I'm presenting. I said, if you notice, I've got 5 points here because while developing it, I thought it's important to put stakeholder there, and then I should just keep quiet.
Just keep quiet. They will ask you. They won't. Don't worry about that. They will just identify and say, "Well, you added one because and so, or you can just say typical error. So it depends on what you can say. That doesn't really mean I don't pick up things like I can pick it up, but that's not the main thing. If I'm interviewing people, that shouldn't be the main thing. Unless I have no question to ask, I just want to look at how this person can, you know.
Communicate.
So, yeah, if
Okay.
I have one question, I would ask, why would I be saying that? Let's go to, uh, you know, driving performance and efficiency. This
Efficiency.
is talking about KPI,
Yes.
So as a manager, your role involves optimizing production process, reducing cost, improving overall efficiency to drive performance and profitability. That is your role. You must state it clear. Okay. In doing that, you face challenges somehow. One of the challenges is driving performance and efficiency is identifying bottlenecks and inefficiencies within the process. Our supply chain, operations. Do you know what's called supply chain?
Uh, yeah. Yeah. Within like products. So supply chain, how it moves from the retail to from wholesale, retail, that down that way. Yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
Factory to shop, something like that.
Okay. We'll find time to define more about supply chain, you see. Whatever that happens from input to output is the supply chain.
Okay.
Okay. So what I mean, whatever that happens means that, we're talking about um like food supply chain is from farm to fork.
Yeah.
That's called any activity that's carried out from inbound to outbound. Yeah, in terms of supply, is called chain of supply. Okay, well, that requires even management as well because
Yeah.
of complexity of it. Anyway, um, so bottleneck could be challenging and also inefficiency with the process and also supply chain operation. You could also see additionally balancing the need of cost reduction, because that is the essence of it, cost reduction with maintaining equality or customer satisfaction present, a challenge
I
in
might
terms of,
not talk about products
you don't need to
here
talk about
because
product.
Equifax is credits reference. So it's more of service.
Yeah, that's what I mean. You can talk about service.
Service.
Okay, so, and customer satisfaction,
Yes.
because you're talking about how your service meet up with
Meets
customers' needs
needs.
and the strategy you put in place in decision making and resources allocation as well. Okay,
Yeah.
matters. Okay. And what solution you have? What you do is that or you can use the word, I conducted thorough process assessment and performance reviews to identify areas of improvement.
Improvement.
So implementing lean, you can say, okay, because you use criterion, indicators to measure, because if there are no indication, standard, you will not be able to measure your operation efficiency. It's okay. So you establish key performance indicator, and you can say, I establish key performance indicator and implement performance management, system.
What tool is used for all this? This KPI. Is it
And,
on Excel as well? Would they ask me?
when you begin to see UI as a manager, there are things you use in measuring people when you set a standard. I don't know if I have to find a way to share something for you. How
Because if they ask me, what tool, what platform did you, they won't ask that.
first of all, you as a manager, you establish key performance indicators yourself. You don't need to say what to or not what to. You are the one who establish indicators. Okay,
Okay.
for example, if you want me to be looking at something every day and to know whether to avoid errors, so I have to resume I need to sign in every day in so number of hours. So you will know who have signed in everywhere. So you measure those people by they signing in. If they have actually signed in, why the error?
So where are they signing in? The system?
No, let me tell you for the CPU, because you have to write, you have to, because you know the program you run, you have to create criteria. A criteria that is indicating a standard, okay? Indicating this is what you have to do to make sure we maintain quality of data, okay? And if you don't, if you see somebody who is not doing what he said, the expectation is, or the standard is, the person performance is not high because you will measure that person with those standards, with those criteria. Do you understand what I mean?
Yeah, so what I'm saying is that if I want to check who is signing in, is it like maybe if I bring up a Teams meeting, is it an example of
That's
that?
correct. That's
I
correct.
will see the
You will see
list of
them. That
attendees.
is it. Simple. Who has not been coming for training? Who has
Okay,
not
I
been
think I
coming this
think.
and that?
Yes.
Everybody's expected to be this. Everybody's expected to do that. And everybody's expected to make sure the quality of data are done well. Okay. When I go to where I manage, as soon as they already know I'm coming, I already put things in place, policies and everything right there in place. Then if things are not right, I will query why they are not right. Because if anything happen now, they're gonna bounce back to me. So this is how it is. So you measure people performance by what they do. And what they do is what you have laid down is the best practice. Okay. So it has a procedure. So if the the best practice not ensured is as a result of standard operating procedure, that's not right, there's no that will go bad. Okay. And the standard, if you're doing your procedure, you're carrying any procedure, it has to follow that standard during the process. Is that okay?
So in face-to-face, do you sit down or I stand? I'm going to stand.
Sorry?
I've never done face-to-face interview. Are you supposed to sit down or stand up?
So it depends on it depends on your comfortability, because it will allow you to be very comfortable. Do you want to stand up to talk, or do you want to sit down?
Okay.
So don't be afraid, because the standard you have is enough for you to. I know you're asking that question from a point of view. No, don't check.
Do I need to tell them it's my first time?
How can you say that when you're already giving that you have worked in it?
No, first time of face-to-face. I've never done face-to-face.
You don't need to bother yourself about that.
I've
Okay?
never done face-to-face in my life.
You
It's
don't
all
even need
virtual.
to. You don't even need to tell them like that. They already know one to know the other. You say, you don't give away. You just say, you just try to say it's one of those things where you pay some people. You just laugh.
Okay, yeah. Okay.
You don't. Do you understand that?
Yes.
Okay. Now I'm gonna go to the other side of it now. DJ decide. Are you ready?
That one, that JJ is like, anyway.
It's like what?
I don't even understand anything there.
Yeah, don't worry. That's why I'm here. You don't need to understand everything. Okay. All right. The first one you say you will develop, manage, and review processes and procedure for off fundraising income and data across on and offline platform. That is the first question they ask. You say you will develop. Okay. Now, have you ever met challenging? Have you ever done that before? You're talking about manage, manage, and review processes and procedures for fundraising income. So now fundraising income. So whether offline or deadline across and data across on or offline So what you raise fund, there are fundraising. Okay, what do you want you to do? They want you to do is to develop and manage and review what? Develop, manage, and review what? Processes and procedures. So you get to develop a process, okay? And manage the same process and also review the process. Three things they want you to do. Whether it's
Develop, manage, and review. Okay.
Okay. So any question that will come from there will be on how will you develop a process. Okay. This is CRM, this thing. In most cases, if you want to know how difficult that could be or easy that could be, you can just say, in the company, is it called Spice? Oh, I don't want to, sorry about that. Not to coordinate me. Okay, you could say needs to develop in a company. You talk about your own company that you, or how will you do that? You say, well, if I am in, I know there's need to develop and manage and review processes and procedure for fundraising. Okay, to ensure efficiency. You just say to ensure efficiency and effectiveness in fundraising. Okay, that could be a challenge, but you will say, I will comprehensively review. You first of all have to reassess the current process.
Exactly.
That's the first thing you're going to do. And then you conduct that, then identify areas for improvement.
Okay.
You understand what I mean?
Yes.
So, and then in your data management. So that will help you to come up with new procedures to develop a streamlined fundraising income collection and manage the same across various platforms. So simple. First one, assess. You identify areas of gap and then have a new initiative for what? For procedures development to streamline fundraising income collection, and you manage the data across various platforms. Simple. You don't have much. And I believe, then you say, and I believe that will result to, implementation of standardized process that could lead to improve our organization or the company organization and accuracy in fundraising data, resulting in better insight for decision making and enhanced donor stewardship.
That one long.
Now, you just play around.
Of course, I'm just going to, at least I know the basis, and then I'll just use my words.
Yeah.
I put my big grammar there.
So, all right. You see that one now, for example, okay? All right. So, which one is the next one? There will be ensure all income and supporter data is processed accurately in a timely manner, and that kind of a thing. Okay. Okay. So, you may be facing challenging on that. So you know that is very important. And one of the challenges that normally you will come across in terms of income income and supporter data to be processed accurately and promptly is what? Is adherence to policies
and standards.
And service level agreements. So what will you do? You will have a dedicated team assigned to handle e-commerce supporter data processes. You see what I'm saying? With a clear protocol and timeliness in establishing for each task given to them. So when you have regular audits and quality checks, if you continue to conduct such, you will ensure compliance with the policies and agreement, because we're talking about, I think they're talking about accurate and promptly. You see, your policy has to talk about accuracy and promptly, because they want to see that things are done and done well and maintaining time. So you can say you have a dedicated, you will incorporate in this one, you will, as usual, you will incorporate a dedicated team assigned with to handle income and support data processing with a clear protocol set in place, policy, and timeliness established to each of the tasks given to this team. So then don't forget to talk about regular audit and quality checks to conduct that you will be conducted to ensure compliance with policies and agreement. Okay, and this will help you.
So will the question come from the JD or from my CV? Or it can be anywhere.
This is JD.
Oh, this is JD. Okay.
This is JD. It's not from your distance. This JD.
I've been reading CV for this while.
Yeah, this is JD, because they will type, because you will do presentation, they will question your presentation.
I know
And
that.
the job description, they can pick any of them to ask you these questions. Okay? So it's very important. All right? And when after saying such a thing, you can easily just tell them that, this will lead to timely and accurate processing of income and supporters and supporter data is the trust among, donors or whoever and stakeholders, enhancing the organizational reputation and facilitating stronger, relationship with any stakeholders. So always trying to talk about. So now, what's the next one there, please? If you okay, be the fund. I think is be the fundraising. I don't want to call it company name team, data protection lead. So you will be the fundraising and data protection lead, assuring fundraising and marketing income and data captured and processes is compliant with data protection. So in this one, it's talking about data protection, and you become the lead of it. Is that okay?
Okay. So this collaborating with the compliance team to address.
You are the one leading it. It's not just collaborating, you're leading it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Lead.
Yeah.
Ensure it's compliance. So this is like talking about the PCISS.
Where they are indirectly telling you that you are the data lead in terms of compliance there, in terms of protection. Okay?
So ensuring and reviewing and updating the
You are the lead.
regulation.
So, yeah. So one of the things, let me be very frank with you, one of the challenges you meet in source is that to ensure with data protection, the company needs to ensure with the data protection legislation and finance regulations while maintaining fundraising and marketing income data. Is one of the challenges. Because when you're going to work, you want to balance between the compliance and data protection and financing and also dealing with the stream of income that are coming. So let me just tell you what your solution to such. You say as a manager, appointing a data protection lead within the fundraising stroke marketing team Or more or less, because even the question says that you have to be the lead, as a lead, as a lead within the fundraiser markets team, you will be in collaboration with the company. I don't want to be calling the HOS, So the company data protection and associate director of finance ensures that fundraising and marketing activities adhere to relevant legislation and regulations. So what the bottom line is so simple that you're just going to say, as a lead, you will make sure data protection is a priority, and also you collaborate with director of finance, ensures fundraising and marketing activities strictly adhere to relevant protection. This is the word relevant, legislation, protection legislation, and also regulations. So because during your assessment, you're able to know what has been in place in terms of legislation and regulation, okay? So if it's not robust enough, then you will be able to scale it, or you'll be able to develop it more in order to meet up the complexity of fundraising activities, okay? So it's a simple thing. Most of the questions come with it, the answers they are in the question in one way or the other.
Sir, is all this JD up to 5.2? Which can come?
You're talking about 5.2. It's more than that.
6.7. For how much?
You're talking about that. You haven't even.
They don't pay nothing.
Don't worry about that. There are other ones that you don't forget that we're still gonna talk about responsibility. So the JD you see is up to 8.
So JD is the key duties. Then the rest are the.
No, all of them, they are required for you to know them. Okay. Now let's do what we can do, and that was why I did spend much time on your presentation. But a key question that will come on that 5 you brought up. That was why I gave you those key questions. So that being said, when you answer some question, let me advise you. When you're answering questions, make sure you use the words in the questions. Okay, very important. Make sure you use words in the question. Like this, you being a lead, what will result in you being a lead by putting appropriate collaboration team in place? You can just say, by doing this, compliance will be maintained with data protection and finance regulations. So you don't need to talk too much. Or you can say safeguards, that process will safeguard donor trust and avoid potential legal issues. Okay, foster a positive reputation in the process. So now, the point 4 of it is talking about fundraising, a leadership team. How do we support and identify their data? So, that's 1.4, isn't it?
Yes.
So one of the challenges you may face is about meeting their data insight and income operations needs to achieve fundraising and stewardship goals. Okay, meeting their needs. So what will you do to mitigate against it? Will be actively participating. You will be actively participating, as a proactive lead of the fundraising leadership team, providing necessary support and expertise, in data management, insight generation, and also maybe income operations. So because that question requires you supporting in identifying the needs. So what will be the result of such? It will be like, there will be an enhanced collaborative efforts in aligning data strategies with fundraising goals. Sometimes also leading to enhanced efficiency and effectiveness in fundraising activities, and donor stewardship. So always answer the questions that you are asked. Don't speak too much. Use the words within. Okay, there must be answer for your maths. Okay, 1.5 will be managing the company's supporter feedback log. Okay, and you know that one of the challenges could be very, very challenging. It could be, to manage supporters feedback log and addressing complaints effectively is crucial, and it could be very, very challenging for maintaining donor satisfaction. Okay, so what can you do to mitigate against such? We'll be implementing a structured feedback. When you implement a well-structured feedback, management system and escalation processes, that will ensure that all complaints are promptly addressed and investigated during the company's protocol. I try to avoid calling the company's name. So, most of all these things are when you carry out an assessment, initial assessment will detect the gaps, so which will easily develop. Okay. So when you do that, you'll be able to resolve supporters' complaint in a timely and satisfactory manner, strengthening donor relationships, and demonstrates the company's commitment to transparency and accountability. Okay. So 1.6 is talking about managing the supporter data team expenditure budget. This is budget. To manage that could be very, very, to manage that expenditure budget effectively is essential for optimizing, resources and achieving fundraising objectives. That could be very challenging. But what would you do to mitigate against it? You monitor and manage the expenditure budget of the supporter data team closely, with collaboration with the head of data and analytics research. Head of data and analytics research to ensure alignment with annual budget and reforecasting processes. So I don't know why
this their order is the head of this tenor. Is that lady?
Yeah, so
the order is the donor acquisition and retention. That's the order. Head of donor acquisition and retention.
okay.
That's the lady that's interviewing me.
Okay, so what you will do, you collaborate with her. Okay, in order to ensure alignment with annual budgeting and reforecasting process. Talk about collaboration with her, okay?
Okay.
And that way improve your efficiency in terms of budget management and resource allocations to be well prioritized in area that's well fitted, enhancing the effectiveness of supporter data operations and contributing to overall, fundraising success. That's how it is. Okay, 1.7. 1.7, I think, is talking about developing a comprehensive supporter data.
Income operation strategy.
I can tell you, you could be very, very, in order to have a long-term sustainability and growth, of the organization. To be quite honest, it could be very challenging, but what you could do is to collaborate. Always talk about collaboration with the head. just with the head of data analytics research, which is the holder, to contribute to the development of strategic plan. Whenever you talk about sustainability, it's a long term. Talking about long-term sustainability, keep on going. That means a strategic plan, not tactical plan. So that aligns objectives, the tactics, and performance metrics. Performance metrics for supporter data and income operations. So there must be, whenever you have a plan, then you need to have metrics. Yeah. Metrics is indicators, standards you put in place to measure how your plan will be working. And that is why you use those plans as metrics and criteria and standard to measure whether your strategic plan is working, is performing. Otherwise, you will do an evaluation.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, you do evaluation weighing the value of what you have put in place, whether it's working well or not. So when you get that done, you will have a well-defined strategy that provide clear direction for data and income operations, facilitating informed decision making and driving sustainable growth. Don't forget that the main thing is about sustainability, not just sustainability. So driving sustainable growth in fundraising activities. You see, do you understand Hoshin Karim? Have you heard of the word Hoshin Karim before?
No.
These are two compound words put together. They have Japan or Japanese, or these words are Japanese origin and language. Hoshin means direction, and the Kari means flow or management or control. So direction of flow, direction of management, direction of control drives every stakeholder, everything towards one goal. So, and it use it to measure process and operations. Instead of you to move from one spot to this spot, you're moving like this, like this, like this, like this. The optimization process, you will discover that it's more costly than going from year to year. So there must be a clear direction protocol where you are taking the people to and you use that to reduce costs or maximizing profit by proper optimization process. That is what they're trying to do. When you come out with a clear direction of what to do by collaborating with the holder and then the associate director of funding and communications, which is ADFC, according to what the GD is saying there. So you're able to identify and leverage data opportunities that support organizational objectives. So if you do that, you will thereby maximize data opportunities. Okay. And the insight is fine, data has value, and then the organization gains a valuable insight for strategic decision, enhance donor engagement, and also optimizes fundraising efforts.
So what challenge will I have here?
The challenge you have here will be maximizing data opportunity across an organization requires collaboration and alignment with key stakeholders. That's 1.8.
So maximizing data opportunity is a challenge. And what would be the solution?
The solution is what I just said now. Working closely with the head of data and analytics research, which is holder, and also associate director of fundraising communication, ADFC, to identify while you are committed to identify and leverage data opportunities that support organizational objectives.
Okay.
This is management level. But I think you are required a lot to do a lot, So let's go to responsibility. Responsibility, okay? Now, please take note of it because I think there are going to be a lot of questions coming from here. There will be a lot of questions coming from here. So let's go. So what are the responsibilities? You say you're responsible to manage for the management and development of the company supporter CRM. So that which include regular review of the team's CRM needs. Okay, don't be scared at all
Okay.
because most of them are already in a way. Just understand how things are run. It's so simple. So
Okay.
one of the challenges you may face on that will be like effective management. Needs the company needs. The companies needs effective management and development of this support of its supporter CRM system to ensure it meets the organizational evolving needs, maintains data quality, and also optimize fundraising efforts. Those are the kind of things you might really meet as the needs of it, evolving needs, because it's evolving market, rapidly evolving market. So you also need to meet the needs. That will be like challenge. And also to meet the needs, that means you also need to maintain the data quality as well. And optimize. While doing that, your goal is to optimize your fundraising efforts. So what will you do? Because you must be very particular about what will you do. You will regularly review. If you look at the responses, including regular review, you see where the answer will come from now. So what you will do, you will say, I will regularly review. In that case, thank you, but I will regularly review, have a
The
review
needs.
of the team's CRM needs. So of the needs, you understand? Regular reviews of the needs are conducted, and appropriate CRM services are considered and implemented as necessary. So how will you do that? You're going to do what's called database configuration, access privileges, contact preference handling, data input and output process, and data quality standards are carefully managed within the CRM platform. You see that now? So the answer is within, but how will you carry a database configuration? You just have to configure, if you are doing CRM customer domain process, customer domain. For example, that is okay, customer name, address, and we'll be handling who will be the data owner, who will be keyword, who will be this and that. You have to have a database, repositories as well, okay, and define things as well in catalog. So, so make sure you speak like a professional as well. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Let's go to
lead the relationship with the company supporter, CRM provider, and other data management suppliers, including assessing product updates, upgrades, and processes, assessing and arranging any necessary training, arranging data cleaning activities.
Okay, now let's go down. You see, what you can do is that as a manager, I will take the lead in liaising with the CRM provider and other data management suppliers. Okay, and this will involve me assessing product updates and upgrades, arranging necessary training for staff, organizing data cleaning activities, and providing required data to suppliers for fundraising activities. So you can see that the answer is in what you were reading at. All what you need to take charge. Just say, as a manager, this is what I'll be doing. I will be liaising with the CRM provider and the other, data management suppliers. So you will then involve by assessing the product updates and upgrades, arranging necessary training for staff. You can see that is already in the, so then, and the organizing data cleaning activities and providing required data to suppliers for fundraising because they need data.
What tool is required for data cleaning activities?
That is cleansing. That is a Power BI. You can use someone who is a data analyst.
It's not me that will do that.
No, your role. Because unless you want me to train you to become a data analyst.
I no do.
Oh, okay.
Because I have a start that I wrote here about duplicate data, and that the task was to profile, identify, and cleanse the data.
Yeah, but so if you can you do that yourself?
No.
So that's the data analysis. That's what I'm telling you. Because if you are having data coming from other provider, okay, and you need to look at the source of those data. You need to also look at how valid are those data, okay? And if you want to cleanse the data, you will have what's called ETL or ELT. So I don't want to go there and I haven't got time for that. Yeah. So there will be cleansing. Look at that data analysis side. So you understand. So if I'm talking to a data analyst now, we know what to do. Okay. So make sure you get that, because if I need data coming from outside, you don't just use data anyhow. You need to look at what data you are handling. Okay. The history of data lineage and whatever you're going to do. Anyway, let's move forward. So what you do as a manager, you take charge, you take the lead in liaison with CRM providers, and also the other data management suppliers. This involves assessing the product update and upgrades, arranging necessary training for staff, remember that, and also organizing data cleansing activities, and providing required data to suppliers, fundraising activities. So you can also take the lead of providing data to fundraisers as well. Okay. Right. The next one will be what? 2.4, 2.3.
Responsible for development and implementation of appropriate CRM training and reference materials for the company's CRM users, including introductory training session for CRM users to enable them carry out works effectively, identifying ongoing training needs through monitoring of the CRM, and developing appropriate training to resolve, providing specialist ad hoc advice to users as necessary. So this one is just training.
Yeah, it could be. Yeah, so what you could do as a manager, you can say as a manager, I'll be developing and implementing appropriate training programs, reference materials for the CRM users. Is that okay?
Yeah.
So how will you do that? This includes introductory training sections, ongoing monitoring of a CRM user usage to identify training needs, okay, and providing specialist advice as required. So simple. You see, because when staff are well trained, they are empowered to utilize the CRM, system effectively, leading to increase in productivity, improve data accuracy, and enhance fundraising outcomes. Okay, now let's move forward. Okay.
Manage the fundraising and marketing data selection function. Develop appropriate briefing documents, providing guidance and support regarding compliant use of data and ensuring provision of data files in line with agreed deadlines and formats.
Okay, so you can just say as a manager, I will continue to oversee the fundraising and marketing data solution, a selection process, okay, developing briefing documents, providing guidance on compliance, data use, and ensuring timely provision of data files in agreed formats and deadlines. When you say agreed formats, talking about standardization, okay, and timely deadlines. Okay, very important. You want me
Before I
to?
forget,
Yeah.
she said they're going to, that she's already uploaded this PowerPoint on a laptop for me. So are they going to give me the PowerPoint? And then I'm going to be
Yeah,
talking through it.
no, what happened is that you sent it to them. They will be, like, you are the one going to control from there.
So
Tell
they'll
them
give you the laptop and then
no,
the projector.
oh, yeah. They will bring the laptop.
So I'll be the one changing the slides.
Where if you want to, or if you can prompt there to say, can you change the slide? Can you have this? Now you'll be talking about it. That's not a problem. Doesn't matter whether from you or from them.
From them.
But I think the control will be from you, either by your mouth, by instruction. Oh, who is operating? Okay, please go to the first slide, go to the second slide. Oh, can you come back again because I haven't finished one that I forgot something, or you know. But if you are the one who is controlling yourself, you sit down and talk about it, and then you will be controlling yourself. Okay.
But I have to make sure that 10 minutes, I don't exceed.
You don't need to exceed 10 minutes.
I don't have a timer on it. I didn't do timer on it.
You don't need to, because the thing is, I talk like a professional, you can finish it within time.
Yeah.
They give you something of 10 minutes to deliver. Your mindset has to be by 8 minutes.
Okay.
Yeah. So you see from the computer or from the screen, you will be seeing the time at the bottom.
Okay.
So due to time constraint, I will not go too deep on this because they're going to be asking you questions based on that, probably about 5 minutes questions.
Okay.
Okay. So, and most likely it's going to be the question I've asked you. So
Okay.
on your first lab, those 6 points you brought up, be 5 points. So stakeholder management, customer connections, that is very, very important. Customer connection, very important. Stakeholder management is very important. Maybe they will ask you about KPI, but no problem. KPI, you're talking about metrics, indicator standard you use in measuring the program you're putting in place. So always talk just little. Don't speak much. Don't speak much, please. Because speak much, you run out of time, and it's not good. You don't speak much. Okay. You move very fast in the beginning, and towards the end, you can also slow down. Then you make reference to the ones you understand. Okay. And you need some more?
I'm good.
Do you need some more, or did I leave you not to have time?
Yeah, that's okay.
Okay. Which one is okay? Is this some more, or
No, because whatever they are going to ask me, I'm going to I'll take the answer from their question.
That's it. That's what
I'll
I'm
make
thinking.
sure I'm saying I'll collaborate, I'll assess the situation, address the needs. Those 3 things should always come in every question.
I'm telling you, on the achievement will this improve. It will improve in the same. Improve what? Go to the question. Improve in this, and then we resort to good insight, customer insight, or profitability optimization.
Effectiveness.
Use all those things,
increase
and
income for the organization,
about
reducing cost.
Just try to be strong and smart. Okay.
Yes.
Is that okay?
Yeah.
Okay. So I'll be closing this section.
Thank you very much.
Okay. Did you learn something from it?
A lot.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. I will forward something to you that you can go through.
Okay.
If you have time.
You have time.
Okay. Is that okay?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Thank you. Have a wonderful time. Good luck.
Thank you, sir. All right, sir. Bye.